Hello students, I welcome you back here. As you all know that we have started our online teaching and this is your second day of your online teaching. Like on Monday we have studied that what is environment. We have started the first chapter of geography that is about environment. And today we are going to discuss the question answers of the same chapter. Right, I hope you all have enjoyed your first virtual teaching. You must be enjoying because you have started studying it after a very long time. Okay, so let's start today. My question number one is, these questions are from your NCERT book only. So let's read one first question. What is an ecosystem? See children, first I'll explain you in very brief what is ecosystem, where all the living organisms depend on each other for their survival. And what is the basis for their dependence? That is food. Food is very crucial items for their interdependence. Fine. So this independence and interdependence form an ecosystem. It is a, you can say, surrounding. Okay, read it. Plants, animals and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings and we are also interdependent for their survival. Such relations of dependence and interdependence together form an ecosystem. Okay, you can also define ecosystem as the system which is formed as a result of the interaction of all the living organisms with each other and the physical factors of the environment in which they exist. They all are linked by energy and material. Okay, see the second question. What do you mean by natural environment? Okay, so children, there are natural environment, there are human environment. So now we are talking about natural environment. The environment that consists of all the objects which are created by nature is known as natural environment. Okay, this is very clear and very easy. And natural environments includes what? It includes land in which we live, water, what we drink, air, what we breathe, and plants and animals. Okay, it includes these things: air, water, land, plants and animals. And this natural environment is composed of four domains. What is that? Lithosphere, that is land only. Hydrosphere, that is air. Hydrosphere, that is water. Atmosphere, that is air. And biosphere, that is plants and animals. Okay, we all have understood these four domains in detail in the previous class, that is yesterday. Now my third question, what are the major components of environment? The major components of the environment are as follows: natural environment, human environment and human made environment. Now what are these components? Natural environment is which is created from the nature. Human environment is which is created from the human beings. Human made environments consist of objects created by humans like industries, roads, bridges, etc. Okay, my fourth question. Give four examples of human-made environment. Four examples of human-made environment are roads, bridges, parks, buildings, industries, etc. There are many examples of human-made environment. Your school, your home, there are many examples. Okay, come to the fifth question. What is lithosphere? Okay, children, we have studied and I have explained you very well about lithosphere. Like lithosphere is that domain in which we live. This is the uppermost layer of the earth crust. Okay, the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth is known as lithosphere. It is made up of rocks and minerals and is covered by a very thin layer of a soil. The surface of the lithosphere is very irregular with a multitude of landforms like mountains, valleys, plateaus and plains. So such landforms are found over the continents as well as on the ocean floors also. Okay. Yes, now see question 6. What are the two major components of biotic environment? Two major components of biotic environment are plants and animals. What is biotic environment? Living things. And what are living things? Plants and animals. See seventh question, the last question. What is biosphere? It is the narrow zone of the earth. It is that zone of the earth where water, air and land interact with each other to support life. Now take the correct answer. See children, there are four questions in front of you and the options are given and we need to choose the right one. Okay, so try to be honest with yourself. Don't see the answers and give a test to yourself now. Take a test now. Which is not a Natural system. The options are in front of you. Desert. Just close your eyes and don't see the options. I'm telling you the options. Which is not a natural system? Desert, forest, and aquarium. You need to answer it in your mind. Now, which is not a natural system? Yes, aquarium. It is not a natural system. It is made up by man. Second question, which is not a component of human environment? Land, religion, or community? Which is not a component? Of course, land, because religion and community is human environment and land is not. Okay, my third question, which is a human made environment? Now, the options are mountain, sea, and road. Human made is, of course, road because mountain and sea are not made up by man. Now, which is a threat to environment? What is a threat to environment? The options are growing plant, growing population, and growing crops. Okay, now answer it to yourself. Of course, growing population would be a threat to environment because growing plant would not be a threat. It would be a boon. Okay, it's very good to grow plants and crops. So growing population can be very dangerous for the environment. Now match the following. See, there are uh, four points in front of you, that is biosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and environment. If you have read the chapter very nicely, you can easily get the answers by yourself. Biosphere, where land, air, and water interact. Okay. Atmosphere is a blanket of air which surrounds the earth with the help of gravitational force. Hydrosphere is a domain of water. Okay. Environment is the surroundings. Okay, so this was all about the match. Now, lengthy answers give reasons plants modifies his environment. How plants modifies his environment. Children, so this is very good question. Like if you have studied the chapter nicely, you can easily write the answer in your notebook and then you should see this answer. But still, let me explain to you. It's very true that man modifies his environment, right? It's true because man has modified his environment because he uses water, he cut trees, he tills land for agriculture, he digs land for agriculture, right? He uses air also and he does many activities to make the life comfortable. And just to make his life comfortable, like he has performed many activities like the primitive man, means the early man lived on the land without making any changes in the natural environment. He has adapted this environment. But as the evolution progressed or as the years passed, human beings discovered new ways of using the natural things for the betterment of their lives or to fulfill their demands and desires. The discovery of fire, the invention of the wheel, development of the barter system and trade and commerce, the invention of the engine, the onset of the industrial revolution, and the progress in transportation and communication proved important landmarks in the process of human growth. Fine, human beings has discovered or has developed these things. These are the you can say symptoms or landmarks which shows you, which proves you that human growth has progressed. While undergoing this process of development, human beings had to continuously modify three components of the environment. Fine children, while performing this process of development, humans had to modify three components. They had to transform three components of the environment, that is natural, human, and human made. These are the three components of environment and human had to use these components or modify these components in order to make his life comfortable. So it's very important or very necessary for human beings to interact with the environment. Second question, plants and animals depend on each other. Now, how do plants and animals depend each other? This is a very basic question as we all have been studying this question like since class third only, like photosynthesis. We all know what is it. Let's see it. The interdependence of plants and animals can be illustrated like plants provide food to animals, right? Forests provide shelter to wildlife as well as to us. Wildlife adds beauty to the forest. Animals' dung provide manure to the growth of the plants, and the decay of dead animals provides nutrition to soil. Okay, Now this was in just which I have told you. Now let's read. Plants and animals depend on each other in a multitude of ways. They depend on each other in many ways. Like plants are consumed by animals. Okay, there are herbivorous animals who eats plants. Plants also produce oxygen through the process of photosynthesis, which is very necessary for the survival of living organism on the earth. Clear, children? See the dependence of plants on the living organism because they provide oxygen, which is very necessary for the living organism. Forests provide the habitat for wild animals, and forest food is very important for humans in a variety of ways. Forests give us shelter as well as to the animals. On the other hand, on the flip side, animals help plants. Aid means help. Animals help plants in the process of reproduction through their involvement in the pollination of seeds. You might have read this term pollination in your science subject in grade 6, I think so. Like, what is pollination, which is performed by which is performed by, you all have read it, fine. This pollination is performed on plants in order to reproduce a new being. The nitrogen necessary for the plants is provided to them by the bacteria that lives in the soil and the roots of certain plants. The process of photosynthesis depends on natural phenomena like sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. These are the three things which is very necessary in the process of photosynthesis. The carbon dioxide is further provided by the humans and animals through their respiration. Like we exhale carbon dioxide and animals intake it. So this is all about the dependence or interdependence between plants and animals. Hence, it proves that plants and animals are totally dependent on each other. With this, we come to the end of the chapter. In the next video, we would be starting the new chapter of our social studies. Till then, study well and take care. Goodbye.